Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 7. My name is Nurwardian and my friends Nopilda, Puji Nurhalisa and Rahmat Firdaus. Today we are discuss about words and sentence. A. Argument, structure and morphology. Argument in turn are defined as those phrases that are semantically necessary for a verb or implied by the meaning of the verb. Generally, arguments occur obligatory with a verb. As the example, Fenster snore. The verb snore has only one argument, its subject noun phrase. Verbs that have only one argument are traditionally called intransitive. The arguments of a verb are often, but not always, obligatory. For example, the verb eat must have a subject, and it can have an object, but the object is not necessary. For example, my goat eats tin cans. My goat eats. B. Passive and antipassive. The most obvious example of valency changing morphology in English is the passive voice. Examples show a pair of active and passive sentences in English. A. Fenster bathed the wombat. B. The wombat was bathed by Fenster. In the active sentence, the verb has two arguments, its agent and the passion or theme. In the passive sentence, an against is unnecessary if it occurs. It appears in the prepositional phrase with the profession by. The passion in the subject of the passive sentence. Part of what signal are the passive voice in English is passive morphology on the verb. English passive are formed with the auxiliary verb be and a past participle, which is signaled for regular verb by adding it to the verb base. Irregular verbs can form the past participle in a number of ways. By adding en, write to be written, by internal vowel change, sing to be sung, or by internal vowel change, an additional ot, keep to be kept. The second speaker is Nopilda.
Okay, I will explain about causative, applicative, and noun incorporative. Causative is signal the addition of a new subject argument, which semantically is the causal of the action. If the verb has only one argument to begin with, the causative sentence has two, and if it has two to begin with, the causative sentence has three arguments. For example, the water boiled, and Jessie cooked the food. Okay, applicative is morphology like causative morphology, signal the addition of an argument to the valency of a verb, but the added argument in an object rather than a subject. For example, I cooked some food. And the noun incorporative, a form of word formation in which a single compound like word consists of a verb or verb stem and a noun or noun stem, then function as one of its argument, typically its object. For example, my father is looking for the coal.
occur following the subject I and before the main verb. Special clitics are phonologically depend on a host as simple clitics are, but they are not reduced from independent words. Critics are of interest both of syntacticians and to morphologists, precisely because they have characteristic both of bounds, morphemes, and of syntactic units. Like bound morphemes, they cannot stand on their own, but unlike morphemes, they are typically unselective of their host and have their own independent functions in syntactic process. A, a phrasal verb is a verb combined with a preposition of adverb or both that means something different from each of the words that make up the verbs. There are two types of phrasal verbs. Separable phrasal verbs can be broken up by other words, while inseparable phrasal verbs cannot be separated by other words. Separable phrasal verbs can insert other word into the middle of a separable phrasal verb. Consider the following example using the phrasal verb take back. Example: I need to take back the shirt I lent you. That's the correct about phrasal verbs. And where's that shirt I lent you? I need to take it back. That's an incorrect sentence about separable phrasal verbs. Okay, thank you. I think that's all about my explanation.
phrasal compound is the use of two or more words to form a single thought. Some examples in English include middle of the road, put off, or accidents prone. Phrasal compounds can function in a sentence as verbs or adjectives. These compounds can be challenging for non-native English speakers because they are often idiomatic. Phrasal verbs are one type of phrasal compound. They can be formed by combining a verb with an adverb, with a preposition, or with both. They are more commonly referred to as compound verbs. The phrase put on is an example of phrasal verb consisting of verb and preposition. Phrasal verbs provide flexibility in how speakers structure their sentence because the words making up the phrase can be split up or kept together without changing the meaning of the compound verbs. For example, you could say, he put on his clothes or she put her clothes on. Phrasal adjectives, also known as compound adjectives, come in multiple types of combination, including nouns and participles, adjectives and participles, or nouns and adjectives. Unlike phrasal verbs, the part of phrasal adjective can be separated and placed in the different parts of the sentence without changing the meaning of the compound adjective. In the sentence, he took a middle-of-the-road policy on politics. The phrasal adjective middle of the road is modifying or describe the noun policy. For the sentence and the adjective to make sense, the parts must stay together.